A lot of news to cover today. First off, of course, this Boston Marathon bombing, absolute tragedy for the victims. My heart and prayers go out to them. Supposedly, so far, there's been at least 3 dead, over 30 wounded. It just happened a few hours ago. So, as you know, preliminary reports and preliminary, witnesses. Sometimes things, there's a lot of confusion, a lot of things going on. But so far, as it sounds, there was 2 trash cans near the finish line. They blew up. There's been reports from somebody that works for a local newspaper saying that there was literally body parts and limbs flying all over the place. So pretty gruesome thing. I will tell you, I had all the intentions of doing a video today, of course, with gold bombing down $70. It's at $1,323, I think, last time I checked. Silver touching $23. A lot of people panicking about this. I want to cover this. And, to me, I got to tell you, to just be honest with my audience and subscribers out there that watch my videos, and that's what why I do these things, is that when I see gold dropping like it has been over the last few days, that to me indicates a lot of fear in the market, people that are selling. It also could be driven by Cyprus being forced to sell off their gold in order to pay for this new round of bailouts. The IMF and the other creditors are not wanting euros. They're not wanting euro bonds. They want their gold. But at the end of the day, you're talking about a pretty small amount of gold. If it was dumped all in one day, there would be a short-term fall in prices. But I don't think this is really the reason. I still hold out that it's a lot of manipulation, and I'll get to that in just a second. I'll get to the manipulation in the gold market, like I've talked about in the real estate market, is tremendous. But when I see the Dow down 200, gold dropping in price, and then I see a terror attack take place, I got to tell you, automatically I'm reminded of the put options on the American Airlines or the airline companies pre 9/11, the put options that were put out on the companies that were, took up multiple floors in the World Trade Center, and all these events. I can tell you, if there is another event that mirrors this event that happened today at the Boston Marathon, if there's another explosion somewhere else, some other city, then I can tell you this is getting into some hardcore territory. But as of now, hopefully it's an isolated incident. Hopefully it's completely unrelated to the financial stuff. I'll let you decide that. I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm just saying off the bat, there is that historical precedent, and I just got something in my gut telling me something doesn't seem right here. But let's just get into the gold market and investing versus speculating, because a lot of people are kind of panicked about gold selling off. I've gotten calls from people that, for the last 3 years, I've been telling them, hey, buy gold, buy silver. And I've always been clear to tell them, look, I'm not buying this to invest, right? I invest in real estate. That's my asset class for investing. I buy and flip properties. I close new properties every single day, teach people how to do it because I'm confident in that I have a certain skill set that I can replicate, that I know others can replicate, that I can teach them and that they could go deploy. For gold investing or silver investing, it's different. I don't even really consider that an investing because really what it is I look at it as I don't believe long-term in the dollar or in the U.S. government with respect to the debt load they have. So I'm protecting my purchasing power in gold and in silver. It's like an insurance policy. We have an insurance policy when we drive our cars. Some of us have health insurance policies, to protect ourselves, right, and to limit the risk. People that rent homes might have a renter's policy to protect them in case something happens to the property. Well, I look at gold and silver as a hedge against, or an insurance policy against, the historical facts when it comes to the fiat currency or the fiat dollar that we have here in the United States. I don't look at it as investing. It's more of like, speculating for people that buy at, $1,500 and they're like, I'm buying at $1,500 because I think it's going to go up to $2,000. That's speculating, right? That's like me buying a lot or a couple of acres of land and saying, I'm buying this land because I think it's going to be worth X amount in 5 years. It's really a speculation, right? I don't I would assume some people that are now getting into gold, especially the ones that have gotten into gold because of the Glenn Becks and Sean Hannitys of the world that promote a company like Goldline that, basically sells them numismatic coins. Typically, these people get ripped off. Gold and silver would have to skyrocket in price by many hundreds of percent in order for them to even break even or make money. Those are the crowd that are panicking right now. But I do want to make it clear that when you have stuff like this going on, when you have the Dow going down like this, you have stuff like in Cyprus going on, there is definitely the big institutional investors, the big investors that want to shake confidence in people who have bought gold and silver. And unfortunately, most investors, whether it's real estate, stocks, gold, or silver commodities, they buy because people say it's a good time to buy. And then when things begin to lose value, they sell. That's the normal story for most investors. It's why most investors lose money, because they're really not investors. They're more speculators. Think about during the housing boom. The housing boom, we had a rush of people that were buying real estate, speculating that they could sell it at a higher price. Are those people investors? No, they're speculators. Speculators usually lose their ass. Now, there are some speculators like Doug Casey, and the old adage is you have to speculate to accumulate. Well, people like Doug Casey have made a career, have made billions of dollars off speculation. So, what group do you fall in? Are you getting financially educated, whether it's in real estate investing, whether it is, stock investing? All those asset classes present tremendous opportunity, I think, especially during these times. Or are you just speculating? Because if you're really, bitching about the price of gold and silver, the likelihood is you're a speculator. I'm not bitching about it. I'm actually, I told somebody the other day that asked me, well, what do you think about gold and silver dropping? And I said, well, honestly, I wish silver would go back to $8 like it was in 2008, where I could buy way more of it, right? Because again, I'm buying because I know long-term fiat currency fails. Now, here's the last point I want to just mention. Remember, there's a rush globally for hard assets. It's a global rush that's happening. People are dumping. People realize not only the debt problems we have, but also the hypothecation of the debt. So it's not just, hey, here's a little pile of debt here. It's that this debt has been replicated over and over and over again. And this original debt only has one piece of collateral, but this collateral is now backing all of this new debt that's been created off of that piece of collateral. Okay, so that's the same with real estate. It's the same with gold. It's the same with any asset that's out there. Not all of them, many of them, though. This marker, I sell this marker to Greg, who's running the camera, and I sell it to him and I take back a loan of, let's say, 50 cents. Well, then I go and I sell that 50 cents to like 10 different people, and I tell them all, hey, by the way, your loan's guaranteed, because if Greg defaults on his loans by this magic marker, you could come back and take back the magic marker. Well, now there's 8 people that want the magic marker as collateral. Same thing that's happening right now. So you have countries all over the world, a rush for hard assets. And when you have stuff like this go on, or stuff like this with Cyprus, or the Dow plummeting, you have all the people that are willing to do at this point anything to get their hands on new collateral, get their hands on new hard assets. They're willing to do anything to do that. And I think that's what's going on right now. Last point I really want to make real quick is, remember, hard assets are what's in demand here. Yes, gold is selling off. But again, the biggest billionaires in the world are still into gold. The biggest billionaires in the world are moving into real estate right now at a record level. And I'll tell you, for what it's worth, the real estate market in the next 2 to 4 years, it's where to be at. I'm still a big bull on gold and silver. I buy every month. I love it. I think these dips are a huge opportunity. Are you an investor or are you a speculator? You got to figure that out. I'm Fabian for Liberty. Check out FabianForLiberty.com. Thanks for watching. I'm out.